What's up, Pete?
Cam, how you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good. I guess I'll start for you. Just camp in the off season for the quarterbacks. What's it been like? What kind of improvement have you seen from Malik, and what's it been like to watch Evan and Brock as well?
I think it's been a great camp so far. I think they've all made a lot of strides, a lot of improvements. I think in terms of Malik, I think he's done a great job of sitting in the pocket, trusting his reads. We all know what he can do on the run outside the pocket, but I think he's made tremendous strides in terms of sitting in the pocket and becoming a more polished passer. Evan Collins had a great camp. I feel he's really back to his 2019 form, and he's a very, very solid, very capable backup that we feel great about putting in the game if we had to. And then Brock's coming along. Obviously, everything is pretty new to him in terms of how we do stuff here, but he's had a pretty solid camp as well.
Hey, Pete, Michael McCann from Cardinal Authority. Going back to Malik a little bit, obviously, he had the great 2019 and then struggled a little bit with certain things in 2020. How have you seen him take those experiences to become, I guess, more in tune with what you're requiring him to do?
I mean, this offseason, he made the decision to change the way he approached the game, spent more time in the film room, became a better leader, a more vocal leader, really dove into what we're trying to do on offense. And I think it showed this fall camp. The more confident you are in terms of your abilities, but also the offense, knowing where to go with the ball, the better quarterback you're going to be. And I feel like he's really made those strides off the field, and it's translated to his performance on the field this fall camp.
Hey, Pete, this is Tyler Greenberg. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jody. You're good.
Hey, Pete, it's Jody Demling with Cardinal Authority. You were talking about leadership there. Malik has said he has never been the most vocal guy. How has he progressed as a leader in the offseason? How have you seen that since you took over, that he has moved forward in that area?
He's a more vocal leader. He is the leader of the offense. I think with the way he plays, but also vocally, he's been great in that regard. And I think it showed this fall camp in terms of his play on the field. The guys trust him, the guys respect him, and the guys are going to follow him.
Hey, Pete, this is Tyler Griever from WHAS 11. You've talked in the past a little bit about Malik's footwork and wanting to see that take a step forward. How have you seen that develop over this camp?
I think he's become a lot more comfortable sitting in the pocket. I'm a firm believer no matter what you can do outside the pocket. Your money is made as a quarterback, 5 to 8 yards right behind the center. At the end of the day, you're going to have to throw the football to win games, and I think he's made a big strides in terms of sitting in the pocket, going through his reads, trusting the O-line that they're going to protect that spot instead of just one read, get out of the pocket. And I think not only is that going to make him a better quarterback, in turn, it's going to make us a better offense and a better team.
Hey, Pete, Cameron again. When you watch Malik at times last year, sometimes it looked like he was trying to make something out of nothing a lot. How much has he improved at just taking what the defense gives him, whether that's a swing route to a running back or throwing the ball away? I know that's been a focus for you guys.
Yeah, that's part of being a great athlete. Malik is a great athlete, one of the best athletes on the field every time we step on the field, and he's always going to try to make that great play. The problem is that can get you in trouble sometimes. Sometimes the defense wins, and that's what we tell them. Sometimes the defense wins. You either got to throw it away, check it down to the running back. Don't force things down the field. Sometimes, being in 2nd and 10 is fine. The things we got to limit are obviously the turnovers, but even the negative plays. 2nd and 18 is hard to call, but 2nd and 10, it's still very manageable. So just not forcing things, not feeling like he always has to try to make the spectacular play. I think will put us in better positions offensively.
Hey, Pete, Michael McCammon again. How has Malik done as far as building a relationship, finding those go-to guys in the receiving corps? Obviously, Tutu and Dez are gone, so they're trying to find new faces. How has that relationship between he and those rotating wide receivers developed?
Yeah, obviously we're going to miss Tutu and Dez. A 2nd and 4th round draft pick. But I think we have very, very solid and very, very capable receivers. You got 6, 7, 8 receivers, and then you got Marshawn Ford. And I know Malik is very, very close with a lot of the receivers. They spend a lot of time together off the field, but also in the film room. They were always watching film this spring, this summer, watching extra film during fall camp. So I think having that relationship with them off the field will translate to better camaraderie on the field. And in terms of just receiver depth, I think there's a lot of receivers that Malik trusts and feels good about. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of them play.
Pete, I guess last thing for me.
Oh, got some texting going on between Cam and Tyler.
I'm really impressed you called that out. Honestly, that's hilarious.
Both you guys are on my screen right
now. Pete, you mentioned turnovers. Just how has Malik been at kind of keeping control of the ball? I know it's hard to gauge in camp when he's not really getting hit and things of that nature, but just how has that been for him?
You can tell he's consciously working on it, and I think it's translated. You can tell when he's running the ball, he's keeping it higher, better grasp of the ball. We do turnover circuit almost every single day. So obviously that's big in terms of when he's out in the open field running. But I think in the pocket, just keeping two hands on the ball, not dropping the ball down by his knee, and then kind of going back to the earlier question, not forcing things when they're not there, throwing it away or checking the ball down. So I think he's made a very conscious effort with that, and he's been pretty locked in terms of that regard.
Pete, Malik's ability as a runner is obviously a huge part of his game, but what conversations have you had with him about protecting himself in the open field and learning how to avoid some of those hits that we saw him take a few times last year?
Yeah, just to be smart. I mean, he's going to be an aggressive runner. You know, obviously that's what myself and Coach Sapp want him to do, be an aggressive runner, but also be smart about when to run out of bounds. I mean, if let's say he already has a first down, there's three guys closing in on him. You got the first down, step out of bounds, live to play the next play. Obviously, if it's 3rd and 6 and he's scrambling, go get the first down. So I think Malik really understands how and when to protect himself now, which hopefully will keep him on the field more.
Hey, Pete, it's Jody again. How have you adjusted? How's fall camp, new responsibilities? And then I guess as a follow-up, I think you've been in the box for the last 2 years, correct? Are you going to do that again this year, or will you be on the field?
Yes. Yep. I'll be up in the box as well. Obviously, Coach Sapp's on the field calling the plays and, deals directly with Malik Cunningham or the quarterback. So I'll be up in the box on game days.
All right, guys. Good.
All right. Appreciate it, guys.